I am not BOO. Now what do I mean by this? Well, let's just fly on over to where his base is located. I mean, it certainly shouldn't be too difficult to spot. Here it is, gradually rising out of the land. This place looks unreal. This is so cool. The man has constructed an entire mountain, and he did it in between Hermitcraft episodes. His Hermitcraft episode started, and it was just kind of like, oh yeah, I've constructed this thing. As I say, I am not BOO. This gigantic armchair is going to be an enormous terraforming project for me, and it's something that I've never really done before, so I'm excited to share the process with you. But before we begin work on it, people are still calling my base sus, despite the fact that I clarified in the previous Hermitcraft episode that it is 100% sus. Sus being an abbreviation for sustainable. People are telling me that I have the abbreviation incorrect, and it actually means suspicious. Which firstly is ridiculous. How can a base be suspicious? But more importantly, you're actually wrong. Here is the official definition of the word sus according to the Oxford Dictionary. Everyone knows that dictionaries don't lie. You can go and look up the definition yourselves. But arguably more importantly, this game responded to me on Twitter confirming that sus does in fact stand for sustainable. So that's case closed. Now I don't really know how that game is relevant in this situation. I don't really know why they got involved. But they seem to have a lot of followers and people seem to like the game quite a bit. So I'm inclined to listen to them. I look forward to reading all of the heated discussions that are now ensuing down in the comment section. Honestly, it's going to make my night. I'm so glad I made it into the camper van then, because otherwise that would have been super embarrassing. Anyway, my base. Let's turn this base plan into an actual solid thing. And I'm starting to think that maybe I don't have enough stone. I definitely don't have enough stone, do I? I'm also absolutely terrified that I'm going to get it wrong. I'm so scared to even place the first blocks. Like, is that right? Has this ruined it already? Have I ruined it on block 1? Alright, I've got rid of it. I wasn't feeling good about this one. I can no longer pick it up. Why can I not pick this up? What? They're different things? How are they different things? They are identical! This has not got off to a good start, has it? This has not got off to a good start. But after quite a few back and forths, I've done this tiny little slice right here, and as you can see, I'm kind of going outside my skeleton. I think the skeleton was more of a rough idea of the shape, but I'm kind of freestyling a tiny bit. But that being said, I have no clue what this freestyling actually looks like. Okay, this is not a bad start. Now, remember, in fact, I'm going to flash the image back up on the screen. This is going to mainly be hidden because a lot of it is going to be covered in leaves and greenery. This is like the shape that we are going to put the leaves and the greenery on top of, but it's still important that we get like a really good structure underneath, and I think this is a solid start. Like if I imagine leaves and vines and other bits of greenery cascading down from this thing, I think that will look seriously cool. Okay, I'm happy. The nervousness has gone a little bit. Let's continue. And now I'm struggling. I think what I did well in the first bit is it still, even that doesn't feel that rooted in reality. They're meant to look like rocks. I think I need to get more rocks. The idea of big boulders being stacked on top of one another. Yeah. Honestly though, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a potato who's also eating potatoes. Are you going to take building advice from one giant carb? I feel like people shouldn't take building advice from one giant carb. But that being said, this carby boy is doing a pretty good job. This is actually coming together. My modifications have worked out. Now that I'm getting into the rhythm of things and I'm starting to understand what's going on, I'd say it's time for a time lapse. So you can watch my pain and frustration in high speed. But actually, as it happens, pain and frustration, although initially was felt, actually dissipated quite quickly. You know, I really fell into the rhythm of things and really begun to enjoy myself. You know, at the end of the day, this is just placing a whole bunch of stone and doing it in a fashion that is reminiscent of actual landscapes. So I just had to channel the boulder into my brain. That's all I needed to think of. My brain just became a boulder, okay? And I was thinking of nothing but boulders, and I got to work on constructing the boulders. Now, I have to say, I do think I went a little bit heavy-handed on the deep slate on this one. I feel like it doesn't need that much, but it is worth mentioning that, of course, this is all going to be covered. You know, this is like the underlayer. This is the structure that goes underneath all of the things that are going to go on top. This is like the mannequin for the build itself, which is strangely poetic. So a lot of the details that you can see in this, that might seem a little bit rough around the edges, just remember they are going to be hidden and completely concealed by overgrowth. And that is a stage that I cannot wait for. You know, I love placing bushes, I love placing vines, I cannot wait to cover this thing in greenery. So we've made some pretty serious progress on the base there. I'm really happy with how this is coming together, I'm really getting into a solid flow, and I think that by the end of today, we should be able to have a decent chunk of at least the front of this done. This is about 6 or 7 hours worth of work, so if I put in another 6 or 7 hours, then maybe I'll get to here, and then I have all of tomorrow as well, and then I might just leave the back open. I mean, that's fine. There have been plenty of examples of people leaving the back for entire seasons, and it being absolutely not an issue, so I'm sure I can get away with it for at least a few episodes. Now, although I'm really happy with how my mega base is coming together, I can't help but notice my neighbor Impulse has... Well, he's put down a template for what his base is going to be, and it is the size of Jupiter. I mean, what on earth is this? I thought my base was looking big. This is ridiculous. And frankly, I can't stand for it. You can't have your neighbour showing you up this much. So, I think you know what time it is. It's time for me to open up my wardrobe and become the fastest egg slinger in the north. I've got a potato belt buckle. I've got tomato ketchup on my waist. Spare mustard and ketchup bottles on my back. I am armed and ready. I mean business. Alright? Now I just need to find him. Hello, Impulse.
Hey, Mumbo, what's up, man?
That was not my smoothest entrance. That's slightly embarrassing.
Did you miss the landing pad that I'm building?
100% yes, alright? But we shouldn't be laughing, alright? Because I'm here because I mean business, alright?
Uh-oh.
I mean serious business. I can't help but notice you've created an incredibly impressive and really cool-looking base plan that is enormous. It looks insane.
It's a little big.
And that's an issue, Impulse, because I mean you're my neighbor and you're making me look bad. I thought I was building up a mega base, and then you build this. This is like, this can't even be considered a mega base. This is ridiculously massive.
It's so big I actually ran out of land mass. Now I have to make my own land around it.
This is serious business. But it looks very cool. But you do understand that this does mean that well, I have to kill you, basically. This.
Wait, I thought you weren't killing anything this season.
I'm not. I mean, the end crystals might have to kill you. You might have to be killed by an end crystal, but I am fair. Okay, so we're gonna do this Wild West style, as you can see from my skin. Oh yeah.
Wild West style. I look. Wait, what? It looks like
I got mustard and
lollipops on the back. What is it? What is it?
No, they're mustard and ketchup. It's not a lollipop stuck to my back. I haven't sat down on my lollipop and then stood up and was like, where is it? Where did I put that thing? No, that's my. This is, and then I've got my potato belt buckle. I am carved up. All right. And
that's fantastic.
How many levels do you currently have, by the way?
375.
So the stakes are quite high then. I have 100% record so far. I haven't lost one of these, so I guess I'm unbeaten. You've got a lot of levels, but you understand that this has to go down, and you're like you totally get it, don't you? You would do the same to me if I was building a massive base next door.
As soon as I saw how big you were going, I had to go bigger, you know. So I get it.
For anyone unfamiliar with the rules, please go back to the previous Hermitcraft episode. All right.
I could just build a smaller base. No, I'm not doing that.
No. This is it. All right. Hands empty.
Hands are empty. Okay. I'm aiming already. Is that okay?
Yeah. You can aim already. Yeah, you're fine. You just have to do the quick swap. And then the shoot, and then the place.
Oh my gosh. There's no way I'm placing something before you blow me up.
All right.
But I'm going to give it a go. Maybe I'll just blow you up first.
I mean,
what if we both die? How does that work?
I don't know what happens there.
It's never happened?
I'm so scared. I'm so nervous. The chicken is walking.
I'm probably just gonna overthrow
If the chicken gets in the way of my egg, I'm gonna be so upset.
That would be so good. Chicken saves my life. I love it. Let's do it. I mean, I did create it, so it should feel a duty, a purpose to save me, right?
That is true. Oh! What?
Wait.
How did you survive?
I don't know. I'm standing 4 blocks away. Wait a minute. What?
What?
I mean, I was down to 1 heart.
So was I. We both. Nice.
Whoa, you actually got the block down though. That was amazing. I threw it and just stared at it.
Well, dude, I think this means that I guess we're friends.
we're invincible friends.
Or hold up. How many hearts are you currently on?
4 now.
All right, so am I. So
okay.
I think we know what this means.
We go again. Less sticks this time. So
yeah.
You've got the 10 stick countdown, I think, memorized. So
no.
Less sticks throw you off the game.
All right, okay, we'll go for 5 sticks. And
okay. Oh, I'm nervous again.
5 sticks.
10, five sticks.
I think even if either of us get an egg off, I think we're both gonna die here. Actually, I've just realized.
Probably.
Oh! Yes! 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 Dude!
Oh,
you missed.
Shame! I underthrew it.
Oh no!
Oh man! I think the egg hit the obsidian, and not the crystal.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. Look, I'm pretty sure it hit. Like, look! I think it hit right over. Right.
Yeah,
right.
I know your
on.
games. I know your games. Oh my goodness!
Oh, well done, GG.
Cool. I almost died from that.
Whoa! Whoa! That spawned a chicken that lived. That was great.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Well,
okay. GG.
I
you still
maintain
the reigning champion.
I maintain my 100% record.
Yes. Wow.
So after a slightly unconventional win, I've managed to maintain my 100% record, and I'm still the fastest egg slinger in the north. Adjustments to the rules will be made so that we can guarantee a death every single time, but still, a win is a win. And I'm feeling very happy. Now, let's get back to the base construction. And this time-lapse contains a fairly monstrous amount of progress. I decided that I just wanted to sit down. I wanted to get my head down. I didn't want to have to think about being entertaining or recording anything or anything like that. I just wanted to do it. I just wanted to get a huge proportion of this thing completed. And I'm really happy with how far we've come. And I'm also really happy with how this is coming together. As I've mentioned many times now, I was super nervous about getting started on this one. I hadn't really done any planning in a creative mode testing world. It's not like I have a replica of this sitting around. I'm literally just working off of the reference images that I have of Mantopen Falls and also that image that I keep showing up on the screen, those two, and I'm kind of working between them, and I'm trying to get those ideas into Minecraft and kind of translate those forms into Minecraft, focusing on that stacked boulder effect and the idea of there just being lots of rocks as opposed to it being one uniform cliff face. And I think it's coming together really well. One thing that I think is worth mentioning is that, of course, this is just stage 1 of this gigantic terraforming project. Essentially, this is going to be like the backbone of the build. You're not actually going to see a lot of the stuff that I'm constructing here because the majority of it is actually going to be covered. It's going to be completely covered in grass, it's going to be covered in leaves, it's going to be covered in vines, it's going to be just completely greeneried out. You're not actually going to see very much of this, but I really wanted to get like a solid base to work from, so that when we do start covering it in foliage, like it's on a realistic platform. It's being constructed on a very natural, solid backbone that will then make the whole build come together and look more realistic. At least that's my hope. That's my plan, and I have to say, it's going pretty well so far. So let's hop back onto the Hermitcraft server and get this thing finished. This is a fairly ridiculous view, isn't it? I mean, I can't actually see anything in there. I have done 0 lighting up, which means, yep, predictably, it is... Oh, did you see those arrows? It is a tiny bit deadly out there, so I'm definitely going to be standing out here, but can you imagine when all of this is covered over and the entire thing goes right the way out to there and then connects up to this front section? The size of this cavern is insane. This is where my base is going to be. A lot of my base is going to be inside this. We have got so much room to play with. But yeah, the front half of this construction is around about, I would say, 90% done. We just have this small slither left here. So I imagine there's probably about an hour and a half left to do. So I'll crack on with that in a second. But one thing that I just wanted to point out is, as I'm sure you remember from all the renders that I've shown, we're going to have a waterfall running down the middle here, which is why this section is quite flat. And I can't wait to ride a boat down it. I mean, I know riding boats down waterfalls in Minecraft is nowhere near as exciting as you think it's going to be. It's always way slower, but still, this feels like this will be a fun one. And maybe, just maybe, as a reference to Hermitcraft Season 7, there might be a pool floaty or two down in the pond that's going to be down here. We'll have to wait and see on that one. This looks utterly bonkers from down here, doesn't it? Anyway, here I go. Placing stone again. Again. A whole lot of stone has been placed over the past few days. You know what? I think I might do the rest of this uncut. You know, just cruise on. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm definitely not going to do that. With that being said, the live stream of me gathering sand and gravel was one of the most popular videos I did in Hermitcraft Season 7. So, you know, there might be an audience for it. Just not today. Alright, I am around about halfway up this thing, I would say. Yeah, I'd say I've covered about half of this gap, and it is looking pretty cool. It's looking pretty cool. That's a nice boulder. I really like that boulder. Isn't that a line from Shrek? I feel like that's a line from Shrek. We are down to the last chest of stone. But thankfully that won't be a problem for me today because that is it. We have got the front half of this thing all fully constructed. I kind of wasn't expecting to get all of this done in today's Hermitcraft episode. I had no frame of reference for how long this was going to take. But it is looking seriously, seriously cool. Is that... What's going on over there? Was that what I think it was? Did we have a Pillager Raid spawn on my Utopia? Is that what just happened? No wonder they all killed themselves. They can't keep up with the peace, love and plants goodness. They really can't. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of myself on this one. It is looking good. It's come together incredibly well. Given I was so totally outside of my comfort zone, I really do think that this is shaped up to be quite a natural looking backbone, a natural looking underbody. I don't know how to refer to this thing. It's a thing that is going to have things put on top of it, but like the base, I guess the word base comes to mind. Yeah, the base of it is really good. I can't wait to see this thing get the moss treatment. I mean, imagine that. Look, I can place a moss block and bone meal it, and then it will go green. Like, that's incredibly useful. I hadn't even thought of that. So I can't wait for this thing to get the moss treatment, the leaf treatment, grass treatment, vines, everything. It is going to end up looking super, super cool. Could someone please explain to me why I keep hearing that sound? Did you hear it? The sound of a firework going off. And then sparkles. There. What on earth is that? Is it you? I don't think it was him. I feel like I could have found... What is this? What? What is the purpose of this? Why is this a... That is incredibly satisfying. I don't need to ask what the purpose is. I totally understand. I don't know why it's here, but I appreciate the fact that it's here. Although I wouldn't have used a wooden pressure plate myself, because then if the chicken lays an egg, that means that there's going to be 5 minutes in the Boatum village where we don't get that glorious, glorious sound. This is a bit too close, isn't it? Wait, hang on. There's more of these things? That one was like directly underneath me. Are these throughout the whole Boatum village? That is awesome. Who did this? Who added these into the village? This is wicked. Anyway, let's shift gears a little bit here. This diamond block right here, or this one, one of these ones is mine. And I can't help but notice that I have not even attempted to participate in tegg. And that just won't do. So I am going to try my best to locate the egg in False's base. That doesn't sound good. That... Are traps allowed? Yeah, no, that is correct. I genuinely thought that was it then. What even is that? I mean, I feel like I shouldn't be following the signs. I feel like if it's at the end of the signs, then that's just totally ridiculous. I'm going to give myself an hour of searching, and if I don't find it within the hour, then I give up on tegg forever. Wait, is that what I think it is? Have I just accidentally found it? That is 100% the egg, isn't it? Am I going insane here? That is the egg. Ah! I forget that the egg does that. I forget that the egg does that. Now I have no idea where it's gone. What? Well, that was surprisingly easy. That was surprisingly easy. I literally just flew up here and it was right there. Nice. But now I have a self-inflicted game of Tegg to play. I now need to find where the egg is teleported to. This might actually be a bit of a challenge. This could be an issue. Well, now I'm starting to panic because it doesn't seem to be anywhere here. In False's base, it doesn't seem to be on the ground. It doesn't seem to be anywhere. It doesn't seem to be anywhere. It's gone. But there is a bunch of surrounding caves, so maybe it's gone into one of those. How have I managed to do this? How have I tagged myself? Whatever happens, I'm now prepared so that I don't tag myself again if I eventually find it. Finally! Finally, yes! After increasing levels of panic and sheer terror, I think I've got it! I've got it! I've got the tag. I am chuffed to bits with that. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with that. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. It was just over there, so it must have just... It just popped on through. That is wild. I almost just got blown up by a creeper. Imagine, after finding the tag, I get blown up by a creeper and it gets destroyed. That would be heartbreaking. I think I would actually be booted from the Hermitcraft server. Anyway, let's get to work on hiding this thing. You know, False's nether portal is more difficult to find than the dragon's egg. I mean, where? Oh, there it is. I stand by my statement, though. Ooh, is that a roast? I feel like that was a roast. Let's just quickly reread all of the rules. And now the tag is hidden. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to tell you where I have hidden the tag. I guess you're going to have to watch out for other Hermitcraft episodes to find out where this thing is located. I'm pretty happy with how I've hidden it, though. I'm feeling quietly confident that I think we could do well here. So there we go. One absolutely mega Hermitcraft episode completed. Not only have we started work on the ridiculous mega base, I mean, this thing is enormous, and that's not even really starting work. This is like getting a good amount of work done. We are on our way to getting a mega base done pretty quickly, but also we have found the tag. Not something that I expected to do in today's Hermitcraft episode. I just kind of stumbled upon it, temporarily lost it, found it again. Now it's concealed. Oh, and we managed to maintain our winning streak on the standoffs. This has been a jam-packed episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya. Now today, for today's outro, I'm going to do something absolutely awful. I'm going to do a little bit of shameless self-promotion. I personally really like Instagram. I like posting pictures, I like posting little video clips. If you want to check it out, @officialmumbo, it's the place to be. If you want to see my arty-farty photos, then that's the place to do it, and also receive Instagram stories of my cycling. I'm not doing the best job at selling this, am I? That sounds so boring.